כבר יודע מה לעשות שיהיה ארור, בסדר.
כן, זה ארור מזויף כדי שבאמת אנשים יבינו שהם צריכים להמשיך להזיז את הטלפון או להתחיל את האפליקציה. אתה יכול להזיז עכשיו גם.
בעצם כשהרובוט מופיע, הנה, איזה מהירות הפעם, זה משתף איתי פעולה. טוב, אני יכול להתחיל?
כן.
הוא כבר גם מצלם?
תלחץ? כן, זה עושה הכל אוטומטית. אתה לא צריך להחזיק ככה.
טוב, בסדר. הוא כבר גם מצלם?
תלחץ? כן, זה עושה הכל אוטומטית. אתה לא צריך להחזיק ככה.
Now, I will provide knowledge as your tutor and help you to develop your talent capabilities. I'm sure that I can assist you to become a professional instructional designer. Before we begin, would you like me to show you how to operate the app? Notice the menu on the top left side of your screen. There, you may select and use the following options. The Home button, for returning to the home screen. The Font Size button, in order to control the size of the text. The Sound button, in order to toggle the sound. The Information button will show you how to operate the app. The About button will show you all parties involved in the creations of the app. And finally, the Back button will lead you to the previous screen. On the bottom of the screen, there are two types of buttons that will appear after I ask you a question. One way to choose your answer is to press and hold the voice record button until you are done speaking. The second way is to click the buttons. Notice the representations around me that represent the TDC model proposed by the ATD organization. This model consists of 3 parts. Each consists of knowledge contents as well as skill statements. Swipe left and right to switch between the subjects. Tap on any subject to learn more about it. To have a better view in the AR environment, move around the objects with your phone. To scan a card, hold the card in front of the camera in its entirety without obscuring. We are done with the tutorial. Say or press next to move on to the home page.
Next.
The personal domain of practice represents the foundational abilities of all working professionals. They should acknowledge it in order to be effective in the world of business. Interpersonal skills are often called soft skills and are used to build effective team culture. They are used to foster trust and engagement among organizations.
יכול גם לעשות סווייפ הצידה כדי שהוא יחליף מיקום.
Let's try the Pavlov experiment with my dog Buddy. We take a bell as a natural stimulus and ring it near Buddy. We see that the bell doesn't provoke any response. Now, let's give a nice juicy bone to Buddy and see his reaction. Please scan the bone card to feed Buddy with his treat. We see that the bone makes Buddy happy. Pavlov showed that when a bell was sounded, each time a dog was fed, he learned to associate the sound with an unconditioned stimulus, the food. Our experiment is a success. Now, Buddy pairs the sound of a bell with the taste of food. There are several prevalent theories addressing different perspectives focused on how adults learn. These theories have a common goal, and they assist us to provide learning experiences that are effective and adapted for adult learners. Such ones exercising their efforts in corporate environments. One of the main examples of adult theories is Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy was created in the 1950s by the psychologist Benjamin Bloom. It's a toolbox that teachers can use to classify and organize learning objectives. We can divide the model into 2 parts. The lower order thinking skills and the higher order thinking skills. Let's learn the model by looking at a lemon from Bloom's taxonomy perspective. Remember, represents the first level. In this sense, if we learn about lemons, we want to remember facts. Their shape, color, and size. Understand is the second level and concerns decoding of information, and learn that the lemon is yellow when it's ripe to eat and that it contains lots of vitamin C. On the third level we apply what we know. We understood that lemons are a great provider of vitamin C. To apply this knowledge, we could add a lemon to our tea when we are not feeling well. In the next level, we learn to analyze. The analysis involves examining and breaking down information into components, determining how the parts relate to one another. We conclude that we can eat everything inside, while the skin tastes bitter and contains traces of toxic pesticide. Now, we are ready to evaluate. Evaluation of our lemon as a good source of vitamins is done as we compare it to other sources while trying to find out about their properties. When life gives you lemons, create lemonade. This is the last level in Bloom's taxonomy, where we start creating new ideas from the knowledge we processed through all the other levels. We got adult learning covered. Would you like to move on to a quiz about this chapter? Or would you like me to repeat the lesson? Choose quiz or repeat.
Quiz.
According to Bloom's taxonomy, at the knowledge level students will 1. Recall information. 2. Categorize topics. Choose one or two.
Next.
What does the classical conditioning process involve? 1. Pairing a previously neutral stimulus with an unconditioned stimulus. 2. Incorporate new information into a pre-existing knowledge. Choose one or two. Groupthink is when conformity within a group leads to dangerous or irrational results. We can take my friends here as an example. They have a terrible idea that I don't agree with. If I choose to stay silent instead of saying my point of view, I might be practicing self-censorship, which is a symptom of groupthink.
I'm sure he is on board. He just doesn't know it yet.
This symptom is called direct pressure.
No one has done that yet. And if anyone can do this, it has to be us.
This symptom is called illusion of invulnerability. We are done with communication learning. Would you like to move on to a quiz about this chapter? Or would you like me to repeat the lesson? Choose quiz or repeat.
Quiz.
What is the definition of groupthink? 1. A domain of practice that embodies group learning. 2. When conformity within a group leads to dangerous or irrational result. Choose one or two.
2.
You are right. The definition of groupthink is when conformity within a group leads to dangerous or irrational results. For the next question, choose next.
Next.
What are the symptoms of groupthink? 1. Illusion of invulnerability, direct pressure, and self-censorship. 2. Behaviorism, constructivism, and cognitivism. Choose one or two.
1.
You are right. The symptoms of groupthink are illusion of invulnerability, direct pressure, and self-censorship. You finished the quiz. Would you like to move on to our next chapter? Or would you like me to repeat the lesson? Choose next or repeat.
Next.
You finished the quiz. That's all for Learning Sciences. Would you like to move to the home page? Or repeat the Learning Sciences chapter? Click the Home button in the main menu or choose Repeat.